everybody. I am Humaira Ahmed, founder and CEO of Locelle. I'm here with the incredible team from VanHack, Ilya Brotzky, and Mayara, Brandao. And here we're going to be sharing about the value of mentorship as well as why VanHack is using Locelle. So question actually, Ilya, welcome first of all to both of you. I would love to hear what VanHack does.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us, Mayara. So VanHack is a marketplace for companies to hire tech talent from all around the world and help them add more senior and more diverse tech teams.
Yeah, that's amazing. We have actually used VanHack and have amazing things to say about that. So highly recommend VanHack. I would love to hear from both of you. You're one of our first few amazing customers. So thank you so much for trusting us with this. Why do you think mentorship matters?
Do you want to start? Okay.
Yeah, you can share.
Yeah, so I think it matters in two different perspectives for the company, for employees as well. I think it is a win-win relationship because on the employee side, it helps to helps in terms of role clarity to set up objectives and goals. And as much as they know more about themselves, better because they can address that to the company as well, right? And it helps to build confidence as well, right? And on the company side, it helps us to harness talents, right? So we can identify what are their strengths over there, and as well improves engagement in the company. So,
yeah, thank you for sharing that. What do you think, Ilya? Why does mentorship matter to you?
Yeah, so when you asked that question, the first thing that came into my mind is that kind of, I guess, meme or kind of saying the CFO and the CEO talking. I think, you know, I mean, the CFO saying, why are we investing all this money in people and training? What if they leave? And the CEO says, well, what if they don't, we don't, and they stay? So yeah. I think that's kind of sums it up, right? I mean, you need to have great people to be developed, grown, and that also, like Mayara says, help people, you know, stay in the company because they're enjoying and they're growing and they're feeling challenged. I know personally, I've left companies before where I was just super bored at work and not feeling like this was the place I wanted to be and I wasn't growing. And for me as kind of the business owner, I really feel like I want to create a place where people want to stay for the long term because, you know, the longer they're in the company, the more they know about how things are working, how, you know, they just get it. And so that cost of replacing that person and retraining them, and it's a big cost of time and money. So to be able to avoid that and you know, have happy, great employees that can then turn around and make and create happy customers, it's fundamental.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Totally echo that as well. Why, and I love this question. Why is VanHack investing in women's development? And I remember reaching, yeah, you actually would be, because I reached out to you, Ilya. I remember sharing that last year when we were launching this, you know, dedicated to women in the workplace, because COVID was also disproportionately affecting women. It still is. And I reached out to you and you were just so on board. You're like, yeah, like, absolutely. So I would love to hear your thoughts on that in terms of why this is important.
Yeah, so for me, I think there's a lot of, I guess maybe, how do I say this? For women specifically, and I don't want to stereotype, but it's just something that I've noticed is sometimes it's harder for them to speak up and say, you know what, I want this, or you know, I feel like I deserve that. So for us to be able to give women a kind of a safe space where they can learn from each other and learn from mentors and grow, I think it's really important. Because a lot of times they won't be the ones to raise their hand and ask for help and kind of volunteer to do this project. They'll kind of just, so again, I don't want to stereotype, and there's all different types of people, but that's something that I really thought was important to do. You know, in our team, we have, I believe, Mayara knows the data better than I, but close to 50% or a little bit over 50% women on our team. And it's something that I really want to keep, harness and grow. And frankly, I enjoy working with women almost like more, actually, yeah, I can say this. I enjoy working with women more than I enjoy working with men. you know, in general, right? Again, so I want to keep hiring amazing, great women to join our team and grow our company because I don't know, it's just there's less of a ego and it's more of harmony and, you know, all these kind of things. And I think that's really important in a company, and just had a lot less headaches with the women on our team, to be quite honest.
That's amazing. Thank you. And Mayara, did you want to add to that in terms of why investing in women's development is important?
Yes, I would love to. Yeah, that's I'm very proud of of that. That's VanHack, because it's super hard to maintain like 50% of women and men in a tech company, right? So yeah, so we have 50% of women in the leadership team as well. That's super important
amazing
for us. And then, like, when I was one time have an exit interview with one of the employees who left the company, and I asked her, I always ask for feedback. What are we doing well? What are we not doing well? And one other thing that she said we were doing well was having women in the leadership team, because it was a role model for her, because she knew that she could get there, right? So it's a very important feedback, and it's something that we still we wanted to continue in this path, right? To create like to cultivate role models, and so women can see I can get there. I have this person here. I can improve, and then I have a career path here.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing. And that's a really good segue into my next question, which is, what is the importance of developing that diverse leadership pipeline? And I know you touched on that. Is, you know, it's a lot easier to be something you can see, you know, than the other way around. So is there anything you want to add to that in terms of the importance of developing that diverse leadership pipeline?
Yeah, I think that the main points here is because having this diverse pipeline here, it promotes creativity, promotes different ideas, and it helps with problem solving. For example, it helps problem solving the company. It helps as well to build, I don't know, more out of the box. Ideas. So I think it's more about having this lack of different. It's diverse, not specific to women, right? It's diverse in general.
Absolutely.
But promotes more. It helps increase like the problem solving in the company, more creativity, positive creativity in the company as well.
Yeah. I see that. It's so important to have that, you know, diverse perspective and ideas at the table, and especially at the decision making, because then that translates into hiring more people like them and retaining more people like them. So thank you for sharing that. Ilya, did you want to add anything to that? I know you're such a huge advocate of diversity.
Yeah, I think the challenge is, once you get, like, if you get to a point, and we've seen a lot of our customers get to this point where it's like they have 15 or 20 employees and 1 or 2 of them are women. And that makes it a lot harder to recruit women. And so you kind of start off on the right foot, and then just, it makes it way harder to change that problem. And you kind of realize you have this, you know, bro culture, and it's almost too late. So we, in the beginning, not really intentionally, but just kind of happened that we hired, you know, like Julia and my co-founder, Giselle, like we just had women on our team from the beginning almost. But I realized that we were really lucky that, you know, we didn't have a bunch of dudes who all thought the same way or very similar, and kind of ended up fighting with each other and just caused problems. And so if you have that kind of seed of early balance, and you'll have a more harmonious and more, I guess, welcome, inclusive environment. That because if you get to that point where you only have, let's say, 1 or 2 women for 10 guys or something like that, you're basically not able to hire, or it's much harder for you to hire half of the workforce. So you just cut off half the people. Well, not 100% cut off, but, you know, I've seen candidates reject offers at companies because there's no women on the team. They don't want to be the first, right? So you have this kind of, you're behind the 8 ball, and it's a big problem. So I think it's really important to have you know, women, or just either gender, right? Male, women, just balance, right? In teams, so then you can attract and have more great people on your team, no matter where they're from or what gender they are.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I think at Locelle we have the other problem. I
The other
should
way
say
around.
problem. Where,
Yeah, but
you
I
know,
think it's harder to. I think it's an easier problem to solve. I
Yeah.
think guys aren't really like, okay, sure, I'll join.
Yeah.
At least I don't know. I wouldn't feel as intimidated.
No, actually,
yeah.
it's interesting because up until last year, I've only worked with men. So I had 3
Yeah.
men and myself. And now it's like, you know, we have 7 women and one man who's part-time. So it's interesting. So, but yeah, it's great and will evolve at some point. Mayara, I would love to hear how mentorship with Locelle has helped you learn and grow since you started.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's been a gift. Thank you so much. Yeah, so thank you to Shanna as well for being my mentor until these days. And then, yeah, so it has helped in different ways. I think to broaden my horizons. I think it helped me to look at the big picture a lot. As well, to identify internal roadblocks. I had no idea that I had some, you know, this kind of things, the theory, you know, but when you look inside, you're like, oh, I haven't realized I had that, right? So, and also as well, to help to boost my confidence. Because I think before it's like, you know, especially when you work in strategic role, you kind of has 1,000 different choices to make, different ways, and sometimes am I going the right way? Is that what I really should focus now? And it helped me to identify, okay, yeah, to be more confident in myself and believe, okay, trust my gut, let's say, and then and follow, yeah, what I think should be right to do.
Thank you for sharing that. You know, we always, of course, we're looking to improve and make it better and really tailor it and learn from, you know, the mentees in our program as well as mentors. I would love to just a quick note on that. Is there anything that you can share that Locelle made it easier in terms of, you know, whether that's getting the mentor or just the overall experience?
Yes, I think it's compare it from the beginning to now. I think it's maybe easier to. I think when you divide a little bit, okay, you do not need just to focus on soft skills. It can be more tactical. It can be more tactical. And I think you have something more technical that you wanted to handle. Yeah, so it was something that changed. I realized through the 2 different months, and then it helped. It improved a lot.